Welcome back to the Anime Den. This time around we're going retro. We're going with the 1987 Transformers Headmasters Hard Head. And of course this is second hand, obtained at the local flea market. I mean, no one ever kept theirs when they were kids. We tended to break them. So it's missing two items. It's missing of course the two green guns, and one should be approximately here and one should be there. Because these were very, very different in the time. This was sort of a big departure for Hasbro and obviously Tony Takara at the time, because it added the addition of being A, a Transformer, and B, having of course a secondary small character. So most of the Headmasters had an opening cockpit, so let's get a bit closer. So obviously let's go through the external specs before we go into the big stuff. So of course it's a tank. Hardhead's a tank. It has one swivel gun here. Obviously the two normal green guns would of course mount, one on the top of the cab, one on the side. Of course it has very nice wheeling. It wheels quite nicely. It's not articulated, it's of course just on a couple of small black wheels. But nevertheless wheels quite freely, and of course has that opening canopy, which of course reveals the Headmaster who goes with it. And of course, depending on which series you follow, the American or the Japanese series, it's either of course a small robot who designed, or whose people designed a larger robot to get around in, or of course it's a human bonded with the head of a Transformer. That being said, of course, either way, these were very, very different. You know, these were the first where the extra bits sort of started to become more and more common. So let's quickly go through and have a quick look at the decal. So this one I think is pretty much exactly how you'd expect the decal. So we'll just move the head there. So of course two Autobot stickers at the front. Of course side decals and the silver on the tank tracks and the wheels. Of course the same on the other side. Decals starting to peel a little bit. On the very front, of course there's the rub sticker, and I think from memory this rub sticker still works. Yes it does. Yeah, it still sort of works. And then of course you had some more small decals on the underside. Of course the minifigure, the Headmaster as such, has no decals. Of course that's the Headmaster there, that's his back, and that's his front. So we'll quickly go through the Headmaster because obviously he is quite important. So he has a couple of points of articulation on him. So the legs actually are independently articulated. I don't know if we're going to be able to see this too well. So you can actually move the feet independently. The lower legs are, the upper legs are obviously connected. He has actually got articulated arms like everything at that point in time, particularly with the Transformers. The arms are of course a straight arm system. There's no pivots or hinges. It's still quite, you know, considering this is what, 2015, 1987, it's still quite tight, very tight for the age. Now of course let's do the transformation process. So of course, like most Transformers at the time, it's fairly simplistic. There's not a whole lot to it. It's more or less just a matter of folding him over like that. So the center, so we do that in camera again. So basically the body just folds over like that. The cockpit folds back. If you can see there, and I don't know if you can, let's see if we can get a bit closer to the camera. There's of course some hands there that just get swung out. Same on the opposite side. The gun obviously goes back on the feet, and you can't really see them because they are black, but there is a couple of push out feet. So let's see if we can get it on a bit of a better angle. You just push it at the back and they just flip forward. And that, if we can just adjust the camera, is of course Hardhead transformed, but because he's missing his head. The head was actually a fairly simple transformation progress. It's a matter of just folding the legs back, and of course that then becomes his head. One of the big things that made the Headmaster so cool was of course these drop down plates at the front, which I guess this one's still very stiff, but there's some stress marks. Those who, in the original G1 Transformer series, of course you got on the back of the boxes or the car or the figure cards, You got little stat cards which tell you strength, speed, and so forth. And of course, with the headmaster, they put them on the front. So when you put the head in, I don't know if you're going to be able to see that. I might have to zoom in and try again. So we're coming a bit closer. So as you push the head in, get to dock, it would do that. And of course, if you have different headmasters, these stats change, and of course that then just gently flicks up and away you go. And of course then you can see I completed, in camera a bit, I completed hard head. So let me get in a bit more in screen. There we go. Because like most, that's a bit loose now, like most Transformers at the time, there wasn't a lot of articulation. So of course you've got your standard arm articulation against the straight arm movement. The hand really doesn't do a whole lot. Same with obviously the other arm. The legs actually do, I haven't finished the transformation properly, I stuffed up. Slack. The legs actually do, oh, you're going to be sawn off now. They flick out, swing around and flick down to add a little bit of extra height to him. Rookie mistake. So there's no articulation in the legs. There is absolutely no articulation in the legs. And obviously due to the head, there's no articulation in the head. So the arms articulate, the cannon articulates, and that's about it. But that's of course the G1 Headmaster's Hardhead. It's a very nice piece. Obviously something that you want to, if you're a Transformer collector, you want to add to your collection because they are very cool to have. They were that sort of departure from the original Transformer design. I mean, yeah, some people say that the Headmasters are a throwback to the Diaclone. There's some arguments been made there, but of course the Diaclones didn't originally sort of fit into their heads. They were just figures that sat on the sort of to one side and they were designed to ride around a cockpit. So, but that's him. Let's do a quick zoom around. I mean, there's not a lot to see on Transformers. I mean, this is sort of the transformed design and the sort of the vehicle design. So of course that's his back. And you can see that obviously the legs, because they're part of the actual tank mold, there's no way to do a transform, move them past that point. And that's it. That's Hardhead. Thank you for watching this, of course, retro video review. Thank you very much for watching, and remember to rate and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.